Hi, and welcome to this mEYEstro Automated Outcome Software Analysis quick tutorial. Today, we will learn how to install mEYEstro and use the 3 trial data files that are provided in the mEYEstro download folder. This tutorial is not to show you all the features, nor to explain all the advanced parameters or customizations of mEYEstro, but rather to get you started very quickly with using mEYEstro with the provided trial datasets. For a more thorough presentation of mEYEstro features, please refer to our mEYEstro publication and check out our other tutorial videos. Links are provided in our article, and if you have questions, please reach to us. Alright, let's get started. First things first, let's download mEYEstro. For that, open Internet Explorer or Chrome and type our address, which is www.lasikmd.com/media/mEYEstro. Check the I agree box and click on the download zip button. The download starts. This may take up to several minutes depending on your internet connection speed. It's rather a large file of 1 GB. The file is now done downloading. Please click on this up arrow and on Show in Folder. By default, on Windows, your zip file is going to be saved in the Downloads folder. Now, please drag and drop this compressed file on your desktop and right-click on it to extract the file on your desktop as well. Now let me just close those 2 windows and please open the uncompressed file folder. You can see that the downloaded folder has 3 different files in it. There is the README file that I will invite you to please read before using mEYEstro for the first time. There is the executable file, which is the installer, and there is a folder with the trial datasets in it. There are 3 dataset trials that will cover the main 3 types of analysis, so laser vision correction, refractive lens exchange and PIOL ICL, and cataract surgery. As well, we will be able to do the comparative designs covered by mEYEstro, so single group and dependent groups with unpaired statistical analysis and dependent groups with paired statistical analysis. We will run the standard graphs for each of the 3 trial datasets today. Once you're ready to install mEYEstro, please double-click on the executable file. Depending on your computer power, this may take a while to open, up to 30 seconds, 40 seconds. If you are prompted by a window to approve the installation, click on Yes. It won't be too long before the installer starts. Now just follow the on-screen instruction by using the Next button. And please click on this checkbox to add a shortcut on your desktop. Click Next. Click Next again. Approve this license agreement. Click Next and then click Install. I will now let the installation run and come back once done, and depending on your computer speed, this may take a few seconds and up to a few minutes on slower, older computer. There we go. The installation is completed. Just click on the Finish button, and now you have a mEYEstro icon on your desktop. We are ready to generate the graphs from the 3 trial datasets. Double-click on the mEYEstro desktop shortcut. mEYEstro will then start. Again, depending on your computer, this may take a few seconds. You can see the mEYEstro logo, which will soon automatically disappear, and a prompt with a warning message will then be displayed. Please read this prompt and accept it by clicking OK. And finally, we are at the main mEYEstro interface. We will now do the first trial, trial 1. Trial 1 uses simulated laser vision correction datasets comparing two groups. The two groups are the same subjects, as this is a contralateral eye study example. So we're going to go ahead and click on laser vision correction, and we are going to click on paired groups because we're comparing the same subjects to the same subjects. mEYEstro will then ask you the group names. Let's use the default here, so group A for the first group and group B for the second group. mEYEstro then asks you to select the color of the graphs. We will be using the standard default value, which is purple for group A and orange for group B. The software will then ask you which Snellen lines to display for the reporting of the preoperative and postoperative UDVA and CDVA, which will be panel A in our one-page 10 figures template. By default, mEYEstro will use 2020, 2025, 2032, and 2040 lines, and this is what I will use for trial 1 now. mEYEstro will then ask you the respective logMAR threshold to be considered 2020, 2025, 2032, and 2040. And we will use 0, 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3 logMAR, so the default values. If you wanted 20 minus 2 to still be considered as 2020, you would lose, for example, 0.04 logMAR here instead of 0. Click OK when you're ready. mEYEstro will then ask you the Snellen level for the efficacy and safety indices, which is basically the smallest Snellen optotypes that was used in all patients, both pre-op and post-op, and by default, let's also use 2020. mEYEstro will then ask you if you want to include a stability graph, and in this example, yes, since there is stability data available in the trial 1 data files. Then mEYEstro will ask you how many time points you have for trial 1. We will choose 5. Now mEYEstro asks you the text label for each of those 5 time points. By default it is 1, 3, 6, 12, and 24 months, and this is what we will use here, so just click OK. Now mEYEstro asks you which group you want to compare, which time point you want to compare, so I will use 3 and 24 in this example. And now mEYEstro will invite you to select the data files for the first group, group A. The data file, as you remember, are on your desktop in the mEYEstro folder. We're doing the trial 1, so please select group A for the first group. Now we will select the second group in trial 1, which is group B. mEYEstro then proceed to generate all the figures. As you can see, the images are now being saved and a folder has been created at the same location as the last selected data file, and as you can see, this folder now automatically open. This folder contains all the individual standard graphs that you can open individually, as well as the one-page template, which include all the graphs, the 10 of them. So that's it. There you have it. You successfully generated all standard graphs and statistical analysis for trial 1. And now we will do trial 2. Trial 2 is a single group analysis of simulated toric ICL outcomes in hyperopes. So we will click on refractive lens exchange button because this mode can also be used for ICL outcome, as you can see here. We will also click on single group this time because we only have one group in trial 2. We will use the default name for the first group, so it's group A. And now we will choose a different color just to demonstrate the capabilities of mEYEstro. So let's take blue. For this analysis, we will use the 2016, 2020, 2025, and 2032 lines. And now we will use the default threshold for logMAR. Just click OK. We will use the 2016 efficacy and safety level for the safety and efficacy indices. And this time we will not be including any stability graphs, so click on No. Now mEYEstro will ask you to select the data file. Again, they are on your desktop. In trial 2, there's only one group, so just select group A. And now mEYEstro is going to go ahead and do all the figures and calculation. Now the files are being saved and a folder has been automatically created, and now the folder automatically opens with all the graphs. And as you can see, this time the graphs are blue. And here we go. You have now the 2016 lines instead of 2020 that are displayed, along with the other optopters. And there you have it, you've done with trial 2. And now we're going to move ahead and go to the last trial, trial 3. So trial 3 uses cataract surgery datasets. We're comparing here two independent groups, so the subject in group A and group B are not the same. So we're going to go ahead and click on cataract surgery. And this time we're going to click on two unpaired groups because we're not comparing the same subjects. We're going to use the default value for the group name, so group A and group B. The default color, so purple for group A and orange for group B. We're going to use the default Snellen acuity lines. We're going to use the default logMAR threshold, the default efficacy and safety index, and we are not going to include a stability graph. Now you're going to go open the test file, so it's in trial 3. We're selecting group A for the first group. And now we are selecting group B for the second group. The graphs will now be generated. And there you go, the folder automatically opens where all your images are saved. And we can open the template with all 10 figures. And you're done. And as you can see, for a cataract analysis, we're comparing post-op UDVA to post-op CDVA instead of post-op UDVA to pre-op CDVA, like would be the case for laser vision correction or refractive lens exchange. And those cataract standards are requested by different journals, such as the Journal of Refractive Surgery. Thank you for your attention today and for this quick tutorial. Congratulations, you're up and running to use mEYEstro. At any time, if you want to go back to your graphs, just open the trial file and you will see your graph in the folders. And you may combine those files the way you prefer. So if you don't want to include all 10 graphs in your paper, then you may just use the individual graph that are also in the folder and combine them in the way that you prefer. But the standard sheets here with the other graphs are what is usually requested by all refractive surgery journals. And that's it. Thank you for using mEYEstro. Thank you for downloading it. And we hope you will love it. If you have any recommendation, suggestion, please reach to us. If you experience a bug or a crash, please also reach to us. Thank you very much again.